Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach, and for the last 7 days, I've been driving the 2025 Audi A3 Premium Plus. Up front is a 2.0 liter turbocharged inline-4, and down below is a 7-speed automatic transmission. Now, I am super excited to be making this video here today because I've spent the last week with the Audi A3. I'm pretty familiar with previous generations of the A3, however, they have refreshed it for the 2025 model year. We'll get into some of those changes a little bit later on, but it's still the solid A3 format that has been so popular throughout the ages. But if you would like to submit your own vehicle and have it reviewed here on the channel, you can head on over to my website, zackpradel.com/submit. It's a quick and easy submission form. It takes under a minute to fill out, and I come out to you. And if you'd like to see all my videos weeks or sometimes months in advance, you can head on over to my Patreon for only $5 a month. But let's get back to that 2-liter turbo under the hood. Well, that is the same engine that has been offered in the A3 for a long time. This has been a bread and butter engine for the Volkswagen Group for the last decade and a half. It's a solid engine. It works really well. We've seen these in Porsche products. We've seen these in Audis, Volkswagens. Anything with 4 wheels and rubber tires got this engine from Volkswagen at some point. So it's a pretty thought through engine. If you want to get a tune for it, you can. They're readily available, and they seem to be pretty solid. Like I said, paired to it is a 7-speed automatic transmission. This is the dual clutch transmission. It is fast, it is lovely, and I like it a lot. Last but not least, this does have Audi's Quattro system, which means it is all-wheel drive. So how does it feel to drive the Audi A3? Well, it's actually a really nice experience. It does have that premium experience that you're looking for from the 4-ringed company. It makes really solid power. I have truly enjoyed that here in the A3. Visibility is okay. Steering is nice and predictable. Throttle isn't too touchy. Overall, this is a really wonderful driving car for this segment. Ride quality isn't too harsh, but it's not terribly cushy either. I think overall, it's just a really nice package, and I'm excited to share the rest of it here today with the interior. In front of me, I have a completely digital gauge cluster. I really like this. Very clean, very simple, very easy to read. So many digital gauge clusters, they get so excited that they get to do whatever they want, that they do whatever they want, and whatever they want is not always easily legible. So very nice to see that the A3 gets easily legible gauges. Not always a given. On the steering wheel on the left, we have our selectors for that gauge cluster screen, as well as our view button, and off to the right, we have our voice commands, favorite options, volume, and skip track. Again, you get those nice 4 rings on the steering wheel. Love that look. Off to the left, we do have a climate control vent. We have our headlight buttons, very simple here, as well as a pretty big cubby. Moving on to the door, we have our lock and unlock, memory seat options, power mirrors, which are also heated, and our power windows, along with our Sonos sound system, which has been pretty good. Moving into the center, we do have a climate control vent and our infotainment display. This does have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and you can also select the interior lighting if that's something that's important to you. You also do get a backup camera, absolutely fantastic there, although I would have liked to have seen a 360 camera up at this price point. Down below that, we do get our climate controls. So a couple things to note here. First of all, you get this really nice digital readout, but all the buttons have a really nice physical click. Take a listen. Absolutely love that. It's not a fake click. It's not this sort of haptic feedback. It's real traditional buttons, and I love to see that. And we do get heated seats for the driver and passenger. Down below, we do get our drive mode select for comfort, auto, dynamic, and individual. Traction control off, auto start stop on and off, hazard switch, parking camera, parking assist, as well as our assists on and off. We get 2 USB-Cs down below with a wireless charger, and then we move into our center stack. Couple of interesting things here. First of all, start stop button off to the left, that's not new. But off to the right, this is our volume and skip track. So of course you could do it on the steering wheel, but this, you actually move your finger around the pad in clockwise or counterclockwise circles to raise and lower the volume. It's not very intuitive. It took me a while to figure out how to even use it, and I'm in new cars all the time. It should be relatively easy. I don't know what was wrong with a volume knob. Take a page out of Mazda's book. You can scroll with the volume as well as skip track with the same knob that's found in the CX-50 and the Mazda 3 as well as CX-30. I don't like this at all, and the skip track is just on the sides. It's just weird. The other weird thing is the shifter. I can get behind this, but this is different than the other A3 shifters in which I've experienced from the past. So forward for reverse, backwards for drive, and then park is its own button. We do have a power parking brake, 12-volt outlet found down below, and cup holders, so we'll do a big friggin' bottle test, but I don't think any Audi has ever passed the big friggin' bottle test, ever. Then we do get a center console and the seats. The seats are leather, they are heated, power, and memory. Here's the thing though, they're not ventilated. There are no ventilated seats here in the Audi A3. Up at this price point, I definitely would have liked to have seen that. However, speaking of seats, we do have back seats, so let's go do a back seat review. All right, so we're in the back of the 2025 Audi A3 Premium Plus, and I don't fit all that well. Now, I am a bigger guy, I'm 5'11", not a small guy. I say that in all my videos. My knees are hitting the seat in front of me. My head is hitting the ceiling when I sit up straight. This is not a very good back seat. Now, Snoopy fits pretty well, I do have to say. This is a great back seat for him. It's first class for him. But for me, who's not a small stuffed animal purchased at the Las Vegas Grand Prix of 2024, it's not great. I don't really fit it back here all that well. I do have my own climate vents, which is really nice, and my temperature control. I get 2 USB-Cs, fold-out cup holders, and that's pretty much it. So something to note, if you do plan on driving people around all the time, I'd highly recommend looking at something else. However, speaking of space, we do have a trunk, so let's go do a review back there. All right, around the back of the Audi A3, button here, and I have my pack of water bottles. So besides that, nothing really too crazy. I figured I'd leave the water bottles in here for a sense of scale, if that helps. Leave a comment if I should leave stuff in the trunks so you could get a sense of scale, because sometimes it's just kind of a void. But anyway, we do get some storage down there with a spare tire, but that's pretty much it. We do also get this funny little label because there is a kick sensor apparently. So oh, there it is. It does have a kick sensor. I would not have known that if that sticker wasn't there. So very, very cool. Now we gotta talk about the looks, and this is one of the biggest wins for the Audi A3. I think this looks absolutely wonderful. Of course, it has been updated for 2025, but I think it just looks great. It's such a fantastic automobile. Walking outside every day to this was really good for my mood. Just seeing it, and I'll show here the lighting signatures at night. These headlights are absolutely wonderful. They have all these different like pixels in them, and they sort of dance when you lock and unlock it. Very, very cool stuff to see. Of course, the tail lights look killer as well. The exterior is an absolute slam dunk on this car, and I'm not afraid to say it. With all of that being said, let's get on to my final thoughts. What do I think driving the Audi A3 Premium Plus for the last 7 days? Well, I have good thoughts and bad thoughts. I really like this car. I have really, truly enjoyed driving it around. I think as a premium entry-level sedan, this does almost everything I want it to do. This feels like a leveled up version of its competition. It has nicer materials. It feels like it has a good fit and finish. It feels solid. And just the materials and features alone make it feel upscale. This feels like a premium product, and for that price, you should get a premium product. And I truly believe that you do. However, I don't want to sit here and say that this is absolutely what you should spend your money on. I recently reviewed the Kia K4 Turbo. That car came in $10,000 less than this car. And while it didn't have all-wheel drive, that car had ventilated seats. That car also had ambient lighting in the interior. That car felt like the same size. That car had a fun, spunky engine under the hood. Does this feel like it's worth $10,000 more than that car? I'm not sure. But at the end of the day, it's going to matter what the Audi badge means to you. If Audi has no weight in your world, get the Kia. Get a Mazda 3 Turbo. If you don't care about the badges, those are great alternatives. But to some people, the Audi badge means... And next year, the Audi badge is going to mean... But to me, the Audi badge means... And that is why I love this brand. That's why I'll continue to love Audis. They mean something special. It has an ambiance and vibe that isn't replicated at those other brands. You can buy the Kia, but no one's going to be impressed that you own a Kia. You could buy the Mazda. I've talked to my friends. I own a Mazda. No one cares. But this brand has gravitas. It has meaning. I could shout from the rooftops that I drive a Kia K4 and I won't hear a single echo. But tell people you drive an Audi, you're going to see a couple ears perk up. And that's what this car means to me. If you're trying to pinch pennies, this car isn't for you. And there are other great options that are. But if you want a solid product with heritage, technology, and a little bit of sporty fun, the Audi A3 Premium Plus will fill that void. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Huge thank you to Audi for letting me borrow their A3 for the last 7 days. Huge thank you to Drive Shop for facilitating the cleaning and delivery of this vehicle. And of course, the Midwestern Automotive Media Association. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.